Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Monday night. Every week, we're here live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and this is another week, another crazy immigration situation. We got people detained, visitors coming to the United States and being apprehended and sent back after being detained. And there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. A lot of people are worried about traveling. So that's what we're here, answering questions, talking about the latest updates in immigration law, latest changes that we see at the borders. And I wanted to talk about specifically people that have temporary visas that are coming back with their work visas, and they're worried about entering the United States, and rightfully so. So if you have a bad experience traveling, if you want to share your stories, we are here for you guys, and obviously answering questions about what's happening. Thank you so much. And obviously, let me know where you're tuning from. We are joined by our friends on TikTok as well. And like I said, we're here every Monday night, 5 p.m., streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks, Inawar. Appreciate it, guys. And I think this week is crazy. I just today I interviewed Jasmine Mooney. She was the big case that kind of started this all craziness. She was a Canadian. She's a Canadian professional. She came to apply for a work visa, and she was detained at the border. And not only her visa was canceled, but she was also detained for almost 2 weeks. So we interviewed her today. We have the full interview coming up later this week. But the crazy thing is that, from her story and others that are in the same situation, is that there's really no indication as to what can trigger something like that. Things happen from 1 second to the other. You are applying for a visa, you think you're going to get it, and next thing you know, you're not getting the visa. And not only you're not getting the visa, but you're also being placed in detention. And that is the scary part, because I think that that means that where is the trust in our system? Where's the trust? If you're trying to travel, how do we know that it's safe for us to enter the United States? We don't know this anymore, right? So that's, I think, where the crazy part is. And we'll talk about it today. Right, we've got some questions here. We've got Kylie. My grandma is going to Honduras in May. She is a green card holder. Is there anything we should be afraid? She'll be out for 3 months. So most green card holders, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's really about, if she's going to go for 3 months, make sure she's not going to stay more than 6 months, right? If you guys are traveling right now, the biggest issues we see with green card holders, there are 3 things. Number one is the green card holders that stay too long overseas. If you stay more than a year or even sometimes more than 6 months, they will question you, they'll check on you. Number two, if you had any criminal issues in the past, even 10, 15 years ago, thanks to Banky, I appreciate it, a deal, then they'll flag you. If you are caught on your phone, there is any propaganda, if you're part of any protests against the government, against any organization that the government deems hostile or terrorist or anything like that, then there's a ground for them to stop you and question you more, and then that can lead to more, So that's kind of what we've seen right now. The people that are being stopped and detained. See, we have some questions on Instagram here. Kelly, Madame, our family visa was applied in 2020. Do we still have a chance to be picked in the lottery, or would you suggest that we apply for a new one? My daughter was then 18. You applied for the green card lottery. If you didn't get it, you have to reapply. You can only do it only once. Pretty is asking, how soon can you apply after getting married? Well, if you're getting married, you can apply literally the day after. There's no cooling period offer. What is happening with the gold card? I'm hearing that there are thousands of gold cards already issued. Is this true? These are still kind of like rumors. There's no gold card that were issued to anyone yet, because we don't have any regulations yet. But I did hear that as well, and I probably should make a video about this. 1,000 people got a gold card. I don't think anybody did get it yet, but maybe there's a wait list. Felix is asking, I'm traveling to Cancun at the end of April, and I'm a bit nervous, even though I have my green card, married to a citizen, and no criminal record. I got my green card in September. I don't think you have anything to worry about, to be honest with you, because you are, you're married to a citizen. You have nothing to flag the system, so I think you should be okay. And anyone who wants to join us on video here on YouTube, I'll post the link. And if you want to join on video on TikTok, just line up at the request to join the live, and I will add you guys to the live in a few minutes. What about the green card for T visa? Any changes? No changes for that. You can still apply if you're a victim of trafficking. You can apply for the T visa. You can still do that. Can I drop my case for AOS if I'm a resident? My parents no longer can provide for a pardon. If your parents are not able to support you, I'm not sure I understand this question. Maybe you can repost it again. Quick says, I want to travel outside of the United States. I have a green card. If you don't have any issues, then you should be fine. Andrews is asking how likely it is that you're not going to have an interview with the I-130 citizen spouse. I mean, they're still waiving interviews. Don't get me wrong. People still get interviews waived. It's just that they're saying that more people are going to be interviewed, but people are still having interviews waived. It is still possible to get your interview waived. I don't think it's not a possibility. All right, let's see. I've got Kamito.
Yes.
How
Hello.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Where are you from, and what is your question?
I'm from Mansfield, Texas.
Okay.
And my question is, my husband already got approved for the visa and everything. He's just waiting to pick it up.
Which
So
country is
we're
he from?
wondering, is he going to face anything when oh, I'm so sorry. He's from Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay.
Yeah, he's from Nigeria.
The question, if he's going to face
Yes.
what?
And is he going to face anything when he tries to enter the United States? With everything that's happening now, once
No,
he
I
gets
don't
the
think so.
visa.
If he gets his
Okay.
immigrant visa and he has no criminal record, right?
None.
Then
None.
he should be fine. He should be fine. Like I said, I think it's the people that get stopped right now, that people that probably have something in their past. It's not
Okay.
it's nothing big deal, but they're still getting flagged. So I think he should be fine.
Okay. Thank you very
No
much.
worries. And
All right.
hopefully he'll be here soon.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh, real quick, my cousin, he's trying to get to America. Can he do a visitor visa? Are they still approving those?
Yes, they are approving those, but from Nigeria, it's going to be a little bit hard. But he can try. He can try. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are, like I said, a lot of people are worried about, traveling as a green card holder and all that. But I think if you guys don't have anything in your record, I think you should be fine. We've got Lazenia on TikTok, who is interested in asking some questions. And yes, let me know where you're from and what is your question.
Hi, I'm from Rwanda.
Okay.
And Me and my sister were asylum seekers.
Okay.
We applied for asylum last year and we got our social securities and
Okay.
our working permits last year. We've been working. We don't have any criminal record, but in April we have a trip to visit our cousins
Okay.
in Texas.
Okay.
But with everything going on, she's a little bit worried. Would you recommend us to like use the airport or go there?
I mean, are you documented or what's your legal status?
We're now it's pending. We haven't got our like interview yet.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on that one.
I mean, if you're pending, I think you should be fine. I don't think there's a reason for you not to be able to travel. I mean,
Okay.
even undocumented immigrants can travel if they have a valid ID. So I think the biggest issues we have right now is people that are flying from overseas. Those are the one that get stopped. Those are the one that get thrown into detention. If you're flying inside the U.S., you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, she's a little bit worried.
Yeah. Tell her I said not to worry.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Justin is asking, can you help clients in Arizona as well? Yes, I can. I mean, like I said, I repeat this every time we do the lives, and people are watching here from everywhere. You guys are here all over the United States, all over the world. I can help you guys no matter where you are. If you're watching this on YouTube, as I do it every show, we're posting the phone number. You can write it down and send us a text while we are live so you can try to get a priority to book a consultation. And if you're watching this on TikTok, first of all, make sure you follow my account if you haven't done so. And second of all, there's a phone number in my bio. Use that number in my bio and send me a text right now and request a consultation. If you want to set up a time to talk to me, do it right now. You get priority on the live. And if you watch this on TikTok, remember we have this heart over here. We have the cloud heart. Make sure you click on it. Let's get to our challenge. This is only for our TikTok audience that can actually use the cloud heart challenge. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I mean, I always like to work with our live viewers. Thanks, Tamara. Appreciate you guys. Because you guys get priority. You watch me live. You can text me right from the live, ask you questions, book a consultation, and the same thing for our TikTok viewers. I can't post the number on the screen, but the best way to do it is from the bio. Thanks, Ioanni. Appreciate it. Let's get that challenge done. All right, let's see. Got a lot of good questions here. Monesh, I'm a US citizen. My mom is a green card holder, 65. We're traveling to Canada. Is there an issue? No, there's no issue with you to travel to Canada. Again, if there's no criminal record, no visa denials in the past, you guys should be fine. Like I said, it seems like people get triggered. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. It seems like people that get triggered and flagged are people that had prior violations, criminal records, or anything in their social media that can make the officer believe that they are supporting. Thanks, guys. We're almost halfway there in this challenge. If you're supporting a terrorist organization, or if you're involved in any protests against the government, there's a case of a guy that was detained trying to destroy a Tesla. Thanks, Ioanni. He's a green card holder, and he's in detention right now, and he's probably going to get deported, right? Because they issued this executive order. If you are going to be destroying Teslas, you will be deported, right? I mean, they can do that, right? So what I'm saying is that the threshold is very, very small right now. So if you are not a fan of a Tesla, but you have a green card or a visa, do not destroy a Tesla if you want to stay in the country. It's a friendly, all right, so if you want to join the live, here it is. We've got Kim on YouTube who's joining us right now with your questions. Kim, what is your question? And if you have a video, please activate your video.
Hello, Mr. Jacob. Is that fine if my videos stay off?
That's fine. No worries.
Thank you very
Tell
much. So, sir, yeah, last year I came here with J1 student visa for 4
Okay.
months,
All
and
right.
then at the second month, I met with an American girl in my place that I was working.
All
And
right.
so Towards the end of my visit, towards the end of my J1 visa, I applied
Okay.
for tourist visa, change of status.
Okay.
And I told the USCIS that I'm planning to travel some places, and I was planning.
Okay.
But things got serious with my girlfriend. Then we actually started dating, and got a lease together. Right now, we are planning to marry.
Okay.
And my question is, sir, when I apply for green card through marriage, would they be like in your change of status? You actually didn't go to the places that you went. How would I do about that?
Well, it's a good question. So you told them that you're going to do certain things in the change of status, but you didn't do it. So when you're going to be doing your green card process, they're going to be obviously going to be going through an interview. It is really important that your case will be approved, right? So just because you didn't go exactly what you said in the application doesn't mean your case is not going to be approved, right? But if the
Yes,
green
sir.
card is not approved for whatever reason, under the new rules, anybody who gets a green card denied, the case will go into removal. All right. So that alone, what you described to me, is not going to be a reason why your green card will not be approved. But I'm just saying that make all the efforts to make sure that your case will be perfect, because there's only one chance right now. This is actually the biggest new change that we see in immigration right now, because before, when you file for a green card and if you get denied, you can refile. Right now, there's no chance. If you get denied, you're done. That you're going to get deported. You know what I mean? So, but to answer your question, it's not going to be a problem that you didn't do what you said on the change of status. It's not going to impact your green card.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. So like I said, guys, it's right now the stakes are high. The stakes are high in the sense that if you're changing your status from a tourist to a student, you get denied, they'll deport you. You're trying to get your green card, and for whatever reason it's denied because you don't have enough. The sponsor doesn't make enough money. You can't just refile. They will put you in removal, right? So that's why it's super important to make sure that you guys are double, triple checking your cases. A lot of people are using paralegals, notarios, online services to file your green cards. I would be very careful to do that, because there is nobody there to verify the information. They're just doing your forms, and you have one shot. If you miss that, even an attorney won't be able to help you because you're going to be in removal. And then, fighting removal is expensive. It takes forever. It's better to do it right. At least get a case reviewed by a lawyer. Even if you don't want to pay an attorney to do the whole thing, at least take your package and get it reviewed by an attorney. And that will be very helpful, especially in this day and age. All right. Manu is asking, I can file for my green card next year. I have the U visa. Should I wait? Well, I mean, I think you should file for your green card as soon as you're eligible, right? Should minor traffic violations be reported on the N400 application? Well, it depends what kind of violations, and it all depends also what state you're in. Some places, speeding excessively could be a misdemeanor, right? So it depends where you are. I would talk to an immigration attorney about any violations like that, because the problem is that if you don't list certain violations and they consider it to be misrepresentation, then that alone could hurt your green card. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. Shubak is here. Every week you're here, my friend, supporting us, and you're a subscriber as well to our TikTok subscriber only, which I'll talk about in a second, about our subscriber only benefits, which we also have on Instagram. Let's see. We have more questions here. Beast is asking on Instagram, I am on F1 trying to get married with my girlfriend, but I have felony charges. But it's not proved yet. So do you think it's a good time? I would say, Beast, send me a DM. Let's talk about your case in private. Anything to do with criminal, I definitely want to make sure we review it instead of giving you a blank. Banana says, how much is a consultation? Consultation start at $150. And if you're watching this right now, use the number on the screen to book the consultation. If you're watching this on, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. If you're watching this on TikTok, the number is in my bio. Take advantage of this, guys, during the live. The ones that text me during the live get priority. I always tell you that. I'm Sibilia says, for H1B self-employment, does the LLC have to be registered before the lottery? Yes, it is. It has to be. Is there H1B filing without a lottery? No, unless you work for a nonprofit. Is it true that 14-year-old who have work permits still have to register again with UCIS? Correct. If they haven't registered, they have to register. Pretty good questions here on Instagram. Sam Tharkis, I'm Canadian citizen looking to relocate. I don't have a work visa. What do I need to know? I'm traveling in 2 weeks just as a tourist to get to know the area. Samantha, and you can enter as a tourist. You should have no problems, but make sure that you are careful as to what you say at the border. If they think you're coming to look for work, they might not let you in. I would suggest come as a visitor, visit, and if you happen to be here and make some connections, then great. If you find an employer, then we can help you apply for a work visa as well. But do not tell them at the border that you're applying for work, obviously. We've got a really good questions here on Instagram and YouTube. Jacob, how long does it take for interview medical after approval and NVC? It depends on your embassy, Angela. Most people have to wait about 6 months after their approval. All right, guys, let's take some questions here on TikTok. Is there a way for me to become legal? I've been here for 20 years, clean record, 4 kids under 18. Mariam, so it's a good question. So, we're looking at, first of all, when did you come here? If it's one entry, if it's only one entry, did you come here legally or illegally? If you came here illegally, then you don't have too many options at the moment, unless you marry a citizen and they can do a 601A waiver. If you came here legally, then your kids can help you when they turn 21. Okay, let's take video question from Kuya on TikTok, and then we'll take Vava on YouTube, who is waiting. Kuya, where are you from, and what is your question?
I live in New Jersey.
Okay,
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
I'm Portuguese.
Okay,
I've been here for 35 years. Is there any way that I can adjust my status?
so you've been here for 35 years. Did you come here legally or illegally?
I came with a visa.
You
Me
came
and
with a
my
visa.
mom and my sister.
Okay,
All
perfect.
all three of us in the same visa.
Okay. So the good news is that you came here legally. Then we have to look at things like, do you have any immediate family members, like a spouse or a child who are U.S.
I have-
citizens?
Yeah, I have 3 kids.
They're U.S. citizens?
Yeah, they were born here.
And how old are they?
The oldest is going to be 19 this year, 17 and 15.
Okay, perfect. So that's your solution. The 19-year-old, when he becomes 21, he'll be able to file for you, and you won't even have to leave the country. You'll be able to get your paperwork within, less than 10 months.
Less than 10 months?
Yeah. So you waited so long. 2 more years is not going to be that bad.
But what are the requirements after he turns 21?
Well, he needs to be able to show that he can afford to file for you. He has to make at least $25,000 a year. If he doesn't make that amount, you can have a co-sponsor, like a family member, a friend, who can help and vouch for that, and vouch for your support application.
Okay, I'm going to book a consultation.
Yeah, just book consultation. Send me a text right now when you're on the live, and we'll help you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, my friend. So many people are, I see so many people sitting on a fence, and all these years been waiting and waiting. Yeah, because, they could live their life. It wasn't really urgent. But now it becomes a matter of urgency, because even if you are a green card holder, you are thinking about, well, I should become a citizen, because, what if I just travel one day and they stop me and then they deport me? So many people have considerations about filing for legal status, doing it now before it's too late. And I do agree. And I do agree that things are definitely different. Ophelia is asking, visiting Virginia for the first time on a B1, B2 visa. I'm visiting a friend for 3 months. What should I do as a first time arriving from Ghana? Well, the first thing you have to do, if you come here for the first time to the United States and you've never been here and you have a tourist visa, remember that the officers at the border, they can still screen you further, even if you have a visa. So you have to make sure that you know where you're going. You must have a plane ticket to come back after your few months of stay here. You need to have also enough money to be able to stay for the next 3 months. So if they've got a question, you're going to say, well, they're going to say, Ophelia, how do we know that you have enough money to stay here? Show us the bank account, show us what you have. So make sure you're ready for that. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for the likes and hearts. I appreciate all of you guys on TikTok. Let's see. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Let's see. We've got Knias is asking if paralegals can't fill forms, why lawyers don't fill them out and don't hire paralegals. Well, paralegals help lawyers fill the forms, and then obviously we review them. I'm talking about people that are not licensed attorneys and they are providing legal services, and sometimes they make mistakes, and obviously that can hurt. That's what I'm talking about. Myra Garcia is how long is the 601A processing period? Right now, 601A waivers are taking about 3 years. But as I mentioned in a video that I posted today on Instagram, over 85% approval rate. So if you came here undocumented and you're trying to legalize yourself, then it would be the best way to do it if you're married to a citizen, because it's over 85% approval rate. So you know that you're going to get approved. So why wouldn't you file for 601A, right? Are there any issues with the green card holder entering after 5 months abroad? This is from Yash. I mean, on the surface, you shouldn't have any problems. But remember, the longer you stay abroad and you have a green card, the harder it will be for you to come back. They're going to investigate you. They'll question you. Why did you go so long? And sometimes they pressure people to sign a form to give up the green card. And so I would be very careful about that if I were you. Isabella is asking, is it possible to change H1B to self-employed from an employment one? Yes, you can do that. And send me a DM. Samantha is asking, what do I need to know about the 30-day limit for tourists? Canadians used to be able to stay up to 6 months. How long does it? So, Samantha, you can stay here up to 6 months. I wouldn't suggest for you to stay that long. This is Samantha from Instagram. I wouldn't suggest for you to stay that long, but if you're going to stay more than 30 days, you just have to register. There's an online registration system that it's on the immigration website. You just have to register. It doesn't mean you cannot stay more than 30 days. They just want you to register. It's just for, record keeping, you know what I mean? But Samantha, if you need help with your visa planning, you're probably going to qualify for the end. Just send me a DM. You're on Instagram. Anybody who's on Instagram, you can send me a DM directly on Instagram. The rest of you, you can send me a text message, which I put on the screen right now because people are interested in booking consultations. Send me a text to this number and do it from the live so you can book a consultation with me right away. But if you're watching on Instagram, you can also send a DM and we'll help you book the consultation. But if you're watching this on TikTok right now, the best thing to do is there's a special number in my bio. They don't like when we put it on the screen, but it's in my bio. And just copy the number and send me a text right now from the live. And this way you'll be prioritized so you don't have to be piled up with everybody else who's sending the text. You're going to say, I was on the live, and they'll pull you out for priority questioning. Silver is asking, I wanted to ask you if I should stay in an F1 or F2B category. My mom just became a US citizen. It's in India. It's a good question. So basically, do you want to stay as the child of a green card holder or the child of a citizen? It's a tough one. I don't know if I can answer it now because I think the visa bulletin is going to change drastically after May 2025. For now, I would suggest for you to stay in your category, do not port. But after May, we may be having a different conversation. And I think the F1 might move a little bit faster. But don't hold my words for it because I've been wrong. I've been wrong on my predictions sometimes on the visa bulletin. But I wouldn't move right now. All right, guys, let's take another video call here on TikTok. We've got Let's see here. We've got Roberto. Roberto has been waiting patiently here on TikTok. We'll take a call here. And then if you guys want to join us on YouTube, I will post the link here as well. And Roberto, where are you from? If you have video, activate your video and let us know what your question is.
I'm from Las Vegas.
Okay.
So I had an order of removal when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
I did apply for the advanced parole, and technically I had a flight. Technically I leave this Friday.
Okay.
I was just asking if there's anything I should technically be worried about with the order of removal, even though I was, when I was since I was 5 years old, but I'm 24.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's very hard to know what's going to happen. I mean, this is very different times, especially the last few weeks have changed so much. So I don't know if I would recommend for you to travel with your removal order, to be honest with you, that you have. Even though it's been so many years ago, it's very unpredictable to what's going to happen. I'm just being honest with you. Like I don't know. All I can tell you is that I've seen what's happening right now, and people that have anything in their history, they're being flagged. And then whatever happens when they get flagged, it's up to God knows who. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wish I could tell you what to do, but I would just be careful. If you have to go for a very special emergency reason, then you should go. But if you don't have to travel, I would have you reconsider it.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I don't believe that I'm here saying those things when I'm telling people, even green card holders, be careful about traveling. Be careful about traveling. But it's just our new reality, guys. It's our new reality where people are afraid, and and things are happening. Things are happening in the border. They stop people, and the worst part is that they get detained. Let's see here. Bryson is asking Jacob, why NVC Visa Bulletin is not moving in F1 and F2B category. The reason it's not moving is because they have too many visas. The demand for those visas is too high, and therefore people are not able to get those visas because the demand is too high. That's the reason. Let's see here. Man from Instagram is asking, can I expedite the case due to the incoming travel ban because my country is on the orange list? So first of all, guys, with respect to this travel ban, I posted a video on TikTok this morning. There is no travel ban. I mean, if you're hearing this for the first time, share this information. There is no travel ban for the moment. There's no ban. This was just misinterpretation of what they thought. But the State Department came out this morning. They said there's no ban. There's no list of countries. It's not happening, at least for now. So for now, there is no ban. You can spread the word. So don't worry about that. Let's see here. I'm on F1 visa. My wife is approved for F2, and 4 of my kids are got approved as dependents. Is it possible that my other 2 kids will get the visa if they applied for the Dropbox? It is possible. It is possible, but they might want them to be interviewed as well. I think so. Ariana is asking on Instagram, can someone with a green card got a felony case that happened over 10 years ago apply for citizenship? That's a good question. It is possible. It is possible. We have to look at what the felony is. We have to look at, exactly what happened in the felony. There might be some mitigating circumstances. We might recommend for some post-conviction relief. That someone can just tell them to send me a DM or book a consultation. Like I said, if you have any criminal records, you need to have somebody review it. You can't just get an answer online without looking at your file because, it depends on what state it happened. It depends on so many factors. But the general answer, it's possible. It is possible. J. Minder, my I-130 for my Venezuelan spouse to be approved. Any crystal ball, what my NVC be given? He is Venezuelan, or is it up to Ciudad Juarez? He's resident in Mexico. He's going to be processed through Ciudad Juarez. And hopefully you make sure that NVC will designate his case to Mexico. I have a green card and I'm one of from the countries that was banned. Should I postpone my trip? As I mentioned before, there is no ban right now. There's no list. It was only a speculation. So if you need to travel, you can still travel. But guys, there's no ban. It's, I mean, I thought so too. I mean, I posted videos about it because, everybody thought so. But yesterday, the State Department came out with a statement. Thanks, Shubak. Appreciate it, my friend. They came out with a statement saying that there's no ban. How long does a U.S. citizen married to a British citizen get a green card? Well, it doesn't matter, Joanna. If you're British, it's all the same. If you're married to a citizen, it's taking 3 years. Well, I mean, it's taken about a year to get the first green card and then 3 years to apply for citizenship. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. How long does it take to fix my husband paperwork? He's in Mexico. This is from Estefani on Instagram. It will take at least 3 years if he's in Mexico. All right. Let's see here. Jamal, dual nationals that are Canadian citizens but born in a country that is banned. Well, as I mentioned to you before, there is no ban right now. But to answer your question, these dual nationals should still be able to enter. But there is no ban. Right now, there is no travel ban. If you're hearing this for the first time, I'm repeating myself. There is no ban. It was a leak to the New York Times, but it was a wrong. The State Department came out yesterday saying that there's no ban, there's no list. Right now, what they're doing, they're vetting the countries, they're deciding what, whose country is good, whose country is not. And yeah, but there's no ban. If you haven't heard about it before, you're hearing it here for the first time, feel free to share it. What is happening with the F2A category? The F2A category is very slow right now, guys. It's very slow because the demand is, increased versus the supply of visas. And therefore, there's no visas to give to you. And therefore, F2A is behind. Let's see. We've got another video call here on YouTube. This is from Mrs. Petol. Is your video working? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? No. Well, we move to Vava. Vava has been patiently waiting here on YouTube, asking questions, and I'll take the next video call from Instagram. So wait patiently. Where are you from? What is your question?
My questions are, my son is applied for the parents. So I got my work fund and the, what do you call them? My fingerprint, everything.
Okay.
And my wife's still waiting. She didn't got anything. So I just want to know how long it take time, why they take so long for my wife. And
well, again, as I mentioned, everybody has a different processing time, right? I mean, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with her case. It's just that they are very UCIS is very much behind. In fact, I'm posting a video, I think, on Thursday about the UCIS processing times, and you will see in that video how long it's taking for them to process these forms. But it's just a question of backlog. There's nothing wrong with your case.
oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Of course, you should be getting it soon.
No.
Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. Miss Patel, let me see here. Can you hear me? All right. All right. So we have a lot of questions here on TikTok. Let's see here. My spouse is a U.S. citizen and had a charge 10 years ago. This will affect my green card. This is from Joanna. So if the spouse is a U.S. citizen filing for you and he had a charge, depends on what charge it is. Most charges are not going to affect it, but there are some charges that could impact your case. So make sure you speak to an attorney about this. Okay. What is the processing time for I-140 in Ciudad Juarez? PD is current. Well, I mean, What Syriac horrors is kind of different. You know, I think it depends when you filed it. Most I-140s are taking about, I would say, over a year to get interviews. Unfortunately. Let's see here. My mom is a U.S. citizen. I'm F1 category. I'm over the age of 21. My priority date is 22nd of July 16. When am I going to get current? That's a good question. F1 is not moving very fast, unfortunately. So, you know, I think it's going to move maybe a couple of months this year. So you're going to see more traction next year for your category. Nothing's going to happen this year. How to check the specific NVC wait time? NVC used to have, it's a good question. NVC used to have it on their website. Right now, they don't publish it as often as they used to. But that was the best way for me to find out before. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to do, you know, we're doing like a surveys with the clients and things like that. But there's no, they don't post the processing times as often as they used to. Can you say something about EB4 and religious workers? Any updates? So as you know, EB4 is unavailable. It's a huge retrogression in this category because the exceed demand for these visas. This is green cards for religious workers. The exceed demand in this green card created a deficit. And that's why I think you're looking probably another, I don't know, maybe another year or so of at least wait time for people to even start seeing this category coming back to the Visa Bulletin. It's not looking good for EB4. If you can move from this category to something else, I would do it. That's what I would do, to be honest with you. All right, let's see. We got a lot of questions here on Instagram as well. Let's see. Can you file for citizenship after signing with the Army, National Guard before? It depends. If they support your application, then yes, you can. Let's see. How long is I-130 married to citizen consular processing priority date March 24? No update. So you're doing processing through the I-130 right now. It's taking about 2 years, just so you know, 2 years. So you're not. Ariana is asking another question. My husband is waiting for U visa. He has double entry. I'm a U.S. citizen. Should I apply for him or wait? I think you should book a consultation about your case. Anybody that has double reentry, we have to do a different analysis. We have to do a FOIA. We have to check when, you know, when was the first entry and when was the second entry. It's a very interesting analysis because we want to make sure that we can give you guys the best information and make sure that there's no bars or anything like that. If my asylum is approved, can I file a petition for my partner or I have to wait for the green card? If your partner wasn't included in your petition, you have to wait for the green card. All right. All right. Let's see here. Question from Facebook and from YouTube. What are the options for unskilled worker sponsorship? The option for unskilled workers is the EB3 green card. If you have an employer and you're unskilled, that employer should file for your green card as an unskilled workers. All right, let's take some more videos here. We've got people waiting the different order. I think Eden is here. How are you, Eden? If you have video, please put your video.
My camera's broken, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Where are you from? And yeah.
I'm originally from London.
Okay.
I've been in the States now since November.
Okay.
But I've been back and forth for the last 10 years.
Okay.
Me and my husband have been married coming up to 2 years now.
Okay.
But he's incarcerated and we're currently processing my adjustment of status.
Okay.
And I have a sponsor. I just wanted to know, are they going to give me a hard time or is it something they would potentially process as long as my documentation is good, or are they just going to look at it and be like, well, he's incarcerated, you can go home?
Okay, so let me understand this. You are here. How did you enter? Did you enter on the ESTA?
I have a B1, B2.
Okay, so you have a B1, B2. You married your husband while you were legal in the US, right?
Yes, so I came in on my B1, B2, and then we got married after I was here. But I have been home since that. I didn't stay when we got married, so I had been home for about a year.
Oh, okay. Where are you now? Are you back in the US?
Yes, I am.
When did
I've
you?
been here since November.
Oh, okay. So you've been here for a while, and now you guys thinking about filing the adjustment, right?
Yes.
But your husband, is incarcerated.
Yes, he is.
When was he taken to prison?
When did you say?
Yeah.
He's been in now for 6 years.
Okay, so it's been so you guys did you guys meet like online or something?
No. We've been together for 10 years. So
Oh,
we've been together outside.
yeah.
He then went to prison.
Got it.
We got married whilst he was in prison.
Got
But
it.
he has 2 years left before he comes home.
Got it. Well, you can still file even if he's incarcerated. There's going to be some technicalities. I mean, I've done those cases before. For example, one of the things we're going to have to prove is that you guys keep in touch on a regular basis. So they're going to see that you call him, that you visit, or whatever. The other things they're going to.
I do all of that regularly. I'm his power of attorney. We have like joint credit cards, stuff like that. We have a house together, everything like that. So
No,
it's just a
perfect.
case-
Perfect. They want to make sure that the contact is there. You're still interested to continue this. And then if there is an interview, most likely we'll have to request a waiver because obviously you cannot come. But in previous cases, what they would do is you can request the waiver. They'll issue the waiver. You're going to get a 2-year green card. And then when you have to remove the conditions, he'll be already out of prison. And then you'll have a lengthier interview to verify all the things they couldn't do in the first one. That's what I've done in the previous. We had another case like this from Arizona, and the same thing. It was opposite. The female was in prison, and then we request.
They give you, if you've been married for longer than 2 years, by the time you are approved, they give you an automatic 10-year one, correct?
They should give you automatic one. But like I said, you guys, if you're gonna waive the interview, then they might require some more like they may ask more evidence before they issue the 10-year green card. And definitely when you apply for citizenship, they'll have to interview the two of you to verify all the things that they couldn't ask you the green card.
It's not a complete no then. It is they do process cases like that.
Correct.
Okay.
But remember, we are now under a different administration. And so it's hard to say what they'll do at your district. Sometimes, I had cases where people were denied and they had to refile. But remember, we have also a new policy that if you get denied, they might put you in removal.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful. I think your case, I would have, if you want, I'm happy to set up a consultation so we can just go over and run some scenarios back and forth and then make a decision if it's worth to do the adjustment or what can we do if it's not going to go through. Does it make sense?
Well, I've already paid a lawyer and submitted my application with all my evidence and everything like that. And
so you've already filed the adjustment, right?
Yes, just recently. So originally I had filed, is it the I-130 when I was back in the UK?
Yeah.
And then I came over to see my husband and he wanted me to stay. So
Yeah.
we then changed it and did an adjustment instead.
Okay. Well, remember, because like I said, things are a little bit different right now. So it's important to discuss with your lawyer what will happen if you get denied. Because right now, the denial is an automatic deportation for you, right? It's not just denial.
And
So-
then when they do that, if, for example, that was to happen, is there a way to come back or how does that work?
Well, I mean, you don't want to be in deportation, right? If you're going to go in deportation, it's a very long process. I'm just saying that you still have time. So I think you should talk to the attorney, run the scenarios. What happens if I get denied? They'll issue a notice to appear. I'm going to be in deportation. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What happens if I withdraw the case and I go through the embassy only? Because what I did in one of my other incarceration cases, which was a military case, I told them to go through the embassy. And the reason why is because through the embassy, there is no interview. And you get your green card at the embassy. And then, they don't even need to see your spouse. And then when you come back to the United States, you come back with your green card. Versus here, if you get denied, you go straight to deportation. You see what I'm saying? This is all new things that happened the last 2 weeks. So I think you should go back to your lawyer, discuss the two pros and cons, and if you don't get good answers, seek a second opinion. But I think in your case, you still have time before you get a decision.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course, appreciate it. So you see, guys, right now we are dealing with so many new things that we are seeing, right? Like whereas before, if she filed a green card, worst case gets denied, she can refile. Now you have one shot. What do? It's a gamble. Do I want to get deported, or do I want to stay here away from my husband who is incarcerated? You know what I mean? So it's really, really important to understand the nuances and work with your attorneys if you have an attorney, and make sure they understand all the changes in the law that are happening, to make sure that you have the maximum protection. Lorenzo is asking about a consultation, and I mentioned before, if you want to book a consultation, because you're on the live, it's very simple. There's a number on the screen right now. Screenshot it and send me a text right now. And if you're watching this on TikTok, guys, I cannot stress it enough. First of all, follow my account. If you're following me, if you're watching this video for the first time, or you're not following me yet for whatever reason, follow my account. And second of all, you have the opportunity to book a consultation right now. So the number is in my bio. Just go to my bio, screenshot the bio, and just send me a text. Say, hey, I saw you. Thanks, Time. Thanks, H. Thanks, 1257, following me right now. Thanks, Kobe. All these guys who just follow me right now. Go to my bio, screenshot the number, and text me right now live. And what happens when you text me live, you get bumped into the top of the line. Thanks, Rosie. And you can book your consultation sooner than any other person who will book later on in the week, because you were here on the live. We give priority to our live viewers always. My brother, this is from Wiki. My mother is a green card holder since 2015. She doesn't speak English, so she can't give civics. What are her options for waiving those tests? She's 65. There are different things you can do. You can file for waivers, for exemptions. But you know what? We don't know what will happen, to be honest with you, because there's a new executive order that was signed, and English is the only language. We don't know how immigration is going to look at it, but for people over 65, you still have a waiver. She should still qualify to not do the English test, if I'm not mistaken. Is there a way to speed up the I-130 if it's approved? I'm currently in the United States. You can try. There is an expedite way to request an expedite if you meet the requirements to expedite. We've got people on Instagram here asking a bunch of questions. Let's see. Deadberry, I'm out of status, been married to a green card holder for 3 years. He gets citizenship in a few months. I'm told USAS is helping ICE to get people arrested during interviews. It's possible. Some places people get arrested, but I think if he's a citizen and he files for you while he's a citizen, then you should be fine. They're not going to arrest you. But like I said, don't file anything as a green card holder. Wait for him to become a citizen. Which one of them takes faster? Marriage status, is that 2-year conditional green card or the 10-year green card? Well, it's not up to you to choose. If you qualify for the green card and you married less than 2 years, then you're going to get the conditional. Make sense? What is the best option to get a work permit after finish my master's? H1B is taking too long. You can try O1 visa. If you qualify, you can try an E2 for self-employment. Thanks, Beth. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So we are ending the live on YouTube. We are almost at the hour right now, guys. Been here for the hour. Actually, we'll take Miss Patel. She's been waiting patiently, and she tried before. We'll get you before we end the live. Thanks, Shubak. I appreciate it. Where are you from? What is your question?
Yes, from Jamaica.
Okay.
I'm asking a question. My parents, they're overseas in the US. So my dad is not well. He's on dialysis. So, but the 6 of us as children were married, and our priority date is the 16th, 2016. So we are wondering, what can we do? What are our options? What can we do? Just in case, God forbid, anything happens to him.
So obviously you cannot speed up priority date, but what you can do is try to come here with a different visa, right? So maybe we have to look at his background, what other options to get him over here outside of the family petition. That's usually what I tell people. So we're gonna need to look at, maybe sometimes we can do a medical visa if situation is really bad, but you have to be able to show you can afford the medical treatment, right? If you want to get him over sooner, right? That's your plan, right?
No, my dad is in the US, He's the one filing for us. In Jamaica here, the children,
Oh,
they
I
are
see.
his children.
You guys bring you guys
They're in
over fast.
Jamaica.
Yeah. So the same thing as I mentioned to you. Maybe there's a different way to get you over here, not just using the petition. Maybe for a
Yes.
work visa, or some other thing like that, which will be parallel to the petition that your dad is doing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to look at your background, your resume, and maybe we can come up with some option for you guys, right?
Yeah.
So if you want, send me direct
Yeah.
message, use the number here, and then maybe I can work with you and find out. Because a lot of people, I actually did a video on this. They have their petition from their family, but they qualify for a work visa. They qualify for a self-petition because they're highly educated, like a national interest waiver, and they can do this and they can come here sooner. So maybe you guys can qualify for that too. I'll have to look at your background. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So just send me a message.
So I'll put the
We'll show.
consultation.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I said, if you have an I-130 or any other petition pending, and you have a different option to do it, then I would do it through a different option. All right, guys. So we are ending our live stream on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. I'm still gonna stay a little bit longer on TikTok as we do every week. Now, remember, guys, you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Follow my account. If you want to book a consultation, take advantage while we're still on the live. You're gonna get priority. The number is on the screen. We are here every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Do not miss. Put it on your calendars. Put it in your calendars. This is a show for you guys. So come here every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific time and bring your questions. Bring all the things you need to ask me. And stay tuned for the videos. We have plenty of good videos coming up. And my interview with Jasmine Mooney, the Canadian girl that was detained at the border. She gave us an exclusive interview. We're working on editing it right now. It will come out in the next few days. I'll announce it on all the platforms. It will be worth your watch. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next Monday. Make sure you're here and don't be late.